Hey everyone, Charlene Bauer, Ladies Off Road Network, and we are live at 5 on a Trail Ready Tuesday from King of the Hammers. So if you've ever been with me in the dirt, you know this is the look. And if potentially you're new to Ladies Off Road Network right now, welcome to the Beeve. So the Beeve is the motorhome that travels all over the country, is my happy place. It takes me all over the U.S. So this is the big fluffy couch that we have in the Beeve, and just to my left is the main gate of King of the Hammers and a amazing array of vehicles that go by. So I'm sorry you can't see that right now, but the lighting just wasn't going to work out for this whole plan. So instead of having that great background, you get this. But anyways, King of the Hammers, biggest event of the year in its own way, right? So it's the biggest race event in Northern America with over 460 racers. We're expecting 80,000 people to pass through the gate. Like, there is a lot of people here. Hopefully, you guys are catching at least the background noise of all the awesomeness that's going on. If you guys are making comments, do make sure that you put them in so that we can see them. Everybody can see it. Say your hellos as you come in, and so it's a big deal. It's a big deal. King of the Hammer is a big deal. This is the 20th running of it. And so if you go to ladiesoffroadnetwork.com, on the main page, you will see our schedule for King of the Hammers. If you click on that, if you're at home, I give you all the tools that you potentially could ever need in order to be successful at watching King of the Hammers the rest of the week. So you've only missed 2 days of qualifying for the main races. There was desert racing last week, and there was dirt bike racing the week before, King of the Motos, and then the Desert Classic. And now we're into what's traditional King of the Hammers type racing, which is rock racing. So it's fast desert and it's fast across the rocks. Like, nothing better than that, right? So we had UTV qualifying yesterday. Everyman Challenge qualifying was today. And now tomorrow will be the big race, the 4,400 unlimited class qualifying, and then we start racing. So Thursday will be the UTV race, Friday will be the Everyman Challenge race, and Saturday will be the Ultra 4 race. Now, what I did for you as a bonus, but it's really for me to be on tabs with everything also, and I shared you the list, is I found all the girls that are putting helmets on. So if you go to ladiesoffroadnetwork.com, you go to the King of the Hammers webpage, you will see at the very bottom, you got to scroll down because I threw in my Excel sheet just for you guys to check out who to cheer for, right? Because why watch racing when you have nobody to cheer for? Like, that's boring. That's not even fun. So this is the way to play, is go grab that list, jump onto the live feed. The live feed is amazing. If you have a few bucks, buy the premium, kick out those silly ads, and do the premium version, and you will have 3 days of, oh my gosh, is this for real? Then you hook up with me, and next year, let's get you here on the lake bed. So a few of you, if you happen to be on the lake bed and you're catching this, tomorrow is Wednesday. We are into Welding Wednesday, right? So Monday, we did winch lines. Tuesday, which was today, the girls did beadlocks at BFG. They were never so happy to be like, okay, we're done, we're out. It was awesome. And then tomorrow is welding. So make sure you come and join us with welding. And then tomorrow night is the Yukon party. And at the Yukon Gear and Axle party, we will have our big Ladies Off-Road Network photo that I'm trying to get everybody together for at 6 o'clock. So if you have anybody here on the lake bed, tell them, ladies, get to the Yukon party, 6 o'clock picture with Ladies Off-Road Network. I'd really appreciate you guys helping me spread the word on that. It's just been a great week. I love racing. So much dirt in the air. Let's talk about all the dirt in the air. All right, so that is Ladies Off-Road Network at King of the Hammers. It's now, it's current. I know, do you not love this hat? I know. So awesome, huh? We'll talk about that in a minute. So Trail Ready tips. This is what we're going to do. So Trail Ready Tuesday tips. Last month, we talked about maintenance and the 5 things that you should really consider about maintenance, all right? However, I want this week now, I want to talk about, okay, we maintained it. Now we're getting ready to go. So let's talk about packing. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm the one that should be talking about packing versus overpacking. And I think most of you that have been around my Jeep are like, oh, Charlene, do you have this? Do you have that? Well, yes, of course I do. Well, yes, of course I do. Well, yes, of course I do, right? So there is this balance, though, of packing versus overpacking. And it's really an overweight issue. So I want you to think about that in a comment about my vehicle. What do I need? What do I really need? What do I need? What do I want? And then where am I at as far as the weight of the vehicle goes? So as you have all of these different weights, all that does is that pushes us down into the ground more. So if we're going out somewhere where we're going to be in some, silty sand as an example, and we are overweighted, it's going to just make it even worse when it comes down to us getting out of a stuck situation. So there's a nice balance between what do we have to have, want to have, need to have, bonus, right? So here's how I put this list together: the essentials versus the just in case, with some real world considerations. And I just did the top five, okay? And it's really a category, so it's not even fair because I'm not going to give you like okay, so you need this and this and this and this and this. But I want you to consider these five things as being extremely important in your packing list. Number one is a first aid kit. Do you have one? Yes or no? Everybody in the comments, do you have a first aid kit in your vehicle? And I'm not talking just like, the little one that you would carry in a backpack. You have a vehicle, so you can have something that's a little bit bigger. Yes, it can just be band-aids, it can be wraps, it can be this or that, or it can be bigger. Like, do you have a bigger first aid kit? I have two, actually, to be honest about it. I have my regular first aid kit, which is actually pretty big, has all the bandages and stuff in it. And then I have a trauma kit, right? So I'm wilderness first aid certified. So I have that trauma kit where if something really as bad is going on, which I hope I never have to pull that kit out, I have it. And so then, okay, get the green bag on top of it. And so that's kind of how I have my first aid kit sorted out. I also encourage you, if you haven't had your first aid kit out in a while, to pull it out and date check everything, right? Because there is some stuff in there, even if you buy the ones at the Walmart, there's some stuff in there that expires. And so get yourself a nice little first aid kit, something where you can take care of yourself, somebody else, in case of an emergency. Big deal, right? Second one is water. And I should have mentioned, none of these are in order. All five of these, in my opinion, are equally important. So the second one on my list is water. Who has water? You guys all into the water? The minimum amount that people in wilderness first aid suggest is 1 gallon per person per day. Now, that also means your furry friends. So if you're taking your dog along, or cat, or parrot, or I don't know, whatever. No judgment here. If you're taking your furry friend, they count also. So the minimum per the people that are out there doing wilderness first aid style stuff is 1 gallon per person per day. So think about that. Do I have enough? Right? Are we out there for enough? The next one is comms, communication, some kind of communication. So it's cool if you guys just have the little radios between your group, but I'm talking about, it's 2026, my friends. Let's have some communication with the outside world. What do you guys got? Do you have some kind of communication with the outside world? Put it in the comments. If you have your iPhone now, iPhone just has that satellite app now, which is an amazing opportunity for iPhone users. I'm still never going to do an iPhone. I just want you to know, just so we're clear on that. But that's great for the iPhone people. And then that's one step up for y'all. This is a joke, a running joke in our group. Don't take it serious. And then, or do you have like your Onyx system, or excuse me, not Onyx, your Spot X? So many X's. Your Onyx is your mapping. Your Spot X is how you're able to communicate out with people, right? So Garmin's, there's different kinds of ways that you can. Okay, great. Yeah, perfect. I'm seeing some different ideas in there. So you have your different ways of communicating satellite with the outside world in case you need help. It's 2026, my friends. You should have something. Okay, and we can work on that together if you need. The next one on my list is a tool bag. Doesn't have to be every single tool in Harbor Freight or at the Snap-on truck. It doesn't matter which line you're on, but we need certain tools. We need the tools that fit our vehicle. You know, it's one thing I talk a lot about because we change tires all the time. Like today we were doing beadlocks, but we talk about tools and it's sounds silly, but I went to go change the tire off of the spare tire on my Jeep, and there's the brake light. And the brake light has a very specific bolt that I have to take off, and I had to get a separate tool specifically for that. Well, if I'm out on the trail and I don't have that tool, that's not a good moment. And so I want to make sure that I have that tool in my toolkit. Okay, so there's some minimum standards of what should be in your toolkit. Think through that. Everybody good on toolkits, or I need to think more about it, right? So have your tools, a hammer. I know it sounds really silly, but something that you can hit something with, leverage. Don't forget those zip ties and duct tape, right? That's all kind of that toolkit. Like if something happens to my vehicle, so we're taking care of ourselves with our first aid kit. Now here's our toolkit where we need to take care of our vehicle. It's part of our team. It's something that we have to help them out with as well. And then the next one I put on there for my number 5 of make sure that you're packing, but not overpacking, traction. So I'm not going to go into a full like, hey, you need to have a recovery kit because not everybody necessarily has a winch, has this, has that. But I want you to think about traction. So if I was to get stuck in the middle of nowhere and I had to get out, what do I have for traction? Now, of course, what are some of the simple ones, right, that we always think about? Yeah, sure. I have my floor mats. Yeah, sure. I might have a blanket or something along those lines. But really, I want you to think past that. Like, do I have the traction that I need in order to get myself out? You know, do you want to start carrying traction boards? Is that something that's important to you? Now, if you have a full tilt opportunity with winching and you have a great recovery kit, maybe that's not something that you need in your list because you can utilize these other tools. But at the minimums, right, here's our 5. So we're going to make sure we have a great first aid kit. We're going to make sure we have plenty of water. We're going to make sure we have comms with the outside world because, my friends, it's 2026. We're going to make sure that we have a toolkit to our first aid kit for our vehicle, right? And some traction. And I think with those, like, that's a great space for you to make sure that you have what you need. You don't necessarily need to overpack. And of course, the bonus. What's the bonus, everybody? Come on, you know what it is. Snacks. I knew somebody was going to get it. Nice work. Nice work. I love it. So there is our pro tips for tonight. Something to make you think about being trail ready. Remember, being trail ready doesn't mean like, oh, I know everything. I'm going to be like out there and being a part of it. It means that I am willing to learn, willing to put my foot first, willing to be a part of things and be on that proper edge of etiquette and being out on that trail successfully. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Good job, everybody. I appreciate everybody that played in. And even if you're watching the replay, I will come back and watch. So make sure that you all typed in, or you better go do it right now again, right? Okay, moving on. I really want to let's everybody throw some hearts right now. Throw hearts for all of our new members that just joined into Ladies Off-Road Network. We just opened membership back up again this year. I'm super excited to have everybody joining in with us. Very much appreciated and love it, love it. If you have not become a member yet, our lifetime member is $3.97. It's a one and done. Like, you're stuck with us for life. It's a great ride, isn't it, ladies? It's a great ride. It's an ebb and flow kind of ride, but it's a good one. Or you can do a yearly membership at $150 or a monthly at $13 a month, and you can join in, get into the background, get into all kinds of fun stuff. Resolutions 2026. I haven't gotten very many. Calling y'all out. I'm calling y'all out. So I will be at the P.O. box in the next couple weeks. You better have your resolutions in that P.O. box. You don't have a deadline. All right? Write them down. Write them down. You can do this. You can do this. 2026 goals, resolutions, write them down. I hear it over and over and over and over again. When you write things down, mysteriously, they happen. So it's our brain. It's the way our brains function. Like, you start thinking about how everything works and you get involved in it and you're like, okay, I wrote this down, like I have these goals, and you get after them. So do it to it. Get those written down. I'll be at the P.O. box in a couple weeks. Make sure that your 2026 resolutions are in there. Any of the conversations that we're having today as well, you can go to ladiesoffroadnetwork.com. Check it out. There is a bunch of tabs on the home page that you can click onto and find what you are looking for. But if you're looking for the P.O. box really fast, there it is. P.O. Box 7506, Mesa, Arizona 85216. Yeah. Okay, next on my list. Holy guacamole, am I proud. She Conquers Dirt. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? I'll wait a second to see your notes. Like, hearts? Are we throwing some hearts on this? I'm in a dust bowl. I'm going to be drinking water. It is such an awesome project. I will tell you that we have already pre-recorded. We've already recorded 26 episodes of She Conquers Dirt. The people and the moments and the pro tips and the life that these people have led is incredible. And so if you have not got engaged with this project yet and watching these stories, I get it. It's new. But I'm also saying, hey, let's start putting that into your routine, because every single one of them, even the 13-year-old Peyton Dumford, that you'd be like, oh, I'm, she's 13. I can't learn anything from her. Oh, let me tell you what. You're going to leave that interview conversation with a different perspective about a couple things. And it is rad. So there are currently 6, let's go with 5. There's currently 5 episodes that you guys can see. Okay. Amber Slauson, who just qualified tonight, and she is racing on Friday in the EMC class. So big, awesome conversation. Get up on top of that interview so that when you're watching her on Friday, you can cheer her along, know her story, right? Peyton Dumford, who I just mentioned, she's 13 years old. She's racing day after tomorrow on Thursday in the UTV class. She qualified super early yesterday morning and did a great job. So she's on the gas. Her co-driver is her dad. On top of that, Miley Hale, she's 18, and her dad is her co-driver. She will also be racing on Friday. They are in separate classes. There's quite a few ladies actually racing on Friday. And so that's the UTV class. Cheer them on, like, understand how this 13-year-old is just like, I'm out there, I'm on the gas. And then Miley went from a history of martial arts into now a racing career, which is incredible. And then Angel Volkart, she was part of King of the Motos 2 weekends ago. King of the Motos was not kind to her. I'm just going to say that right now. But King of the Motos is not kind to anyone. So she didn't make it very far before her motorcycle, lost the radiator, and she's couldn't go on. So it was not the best ending to the story. However, how she got to that moment as a 5 foot tall lady that is older than what people are supposed to be in order to go and see that. Um, yeah, like you gotta listen to these stories, how she overcame that divorce, how she overcame everything in order to get to where she is. And now, today, you are getting Jessie Greenland and her story and how she came to be a part of Ladies Off Road Network, gosh, right at the very, very beginning of time, which, by the way, was 10 years ago, right? And said, I want to work in the off road industry. And I'm like, that's a lot of work, girl. It looks fancy. Like, it looks like a lot of fun when we're out here doing this. But let me tell you how much work it is. And I'm so proud of her because she has made a name for herself. And you get to understand her journey as she did that. And so that is something that you guys will be able to watch just in a little bit. You'll be the link will work here in a minute. And so make sure that you click on that and hear all about Jessie and her story. So you can watch to the end and then you have the click to enter. You just got to go in and put in the person's name that you just watched. That's part of the enter to win. And that puts you into a bucket, right, for our week of giving in December. So essentially, if you watch all of these, like you'll have 50 entries into the week of giving just by being encouraged by everybody's amazingness and stories. Oh, Jessie's on. Okay, everybody, throw a heart for Jessie. Yep. So I had to finish it today because I had to add some Baja Taco pictures in there. There's your little carrot about some fun stuff that you guys are going to hear about while we're talking to Jessie and all the good stuff. So that's She Conquers Dirt. It's coming at you. It'll come once a week, and there'll be a new lady that we'll be featuring. I love it. You're also seeing that I got into doing some reels with their quotes in there. They're so cool. I don't know. I just really like this project. And, Ladies Off Road Network started off by telling stories and adventures, and then we got into education because I'm a media company first, right? So it's Bauer Media is where you can find all of this stuff. And again, go to ladiesoffroadnetwork.com and everybody's right there on the homepage. And then we went into education. And so bringing these stories back is just like a super special moment to me. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback here from everybody on the lake bed. And I really do appreciate that as well. So super exciting things. Next on my list, the store is open, but I won't be shipping for a little bit because I am in the beef. That means we're on the road. But I have a goal for myself. Remember, we all have goals. I wrote this one down. And so my goal for myself is every month we're going to release a new design for the store. So this month's design is a really cool, what do they call these things? What's the word, everybody? Crossword puzzle, right? Isn't that what these are? I just lost the word. Oh my goodness, my brain is fogged out with dirt. Anyways, it has a bunch of words on here. So anybody that's like a wordsmith, loves to read, loves to do crossword puzzles, I put this in together and I love it. It says off-road and dirt are our brown words, and then across from it are rocks and fun and 4x4 and garage and overlanding and camping and dirt. So lots of fun. This is our shirt of the month that will be available here soon. You'll see it online. And then you can grab it. Yeah, it's crossword, right? Scrabble. Oh yeah, Scrabble crossword. Thank you. Totally lost the words. So that is the February shirt that will be available for you guys to grab and purchase. And then, of course, the store is open. So we still do have these ponytail holder Baja blankets. I don't have my ponytail up right now because, well, is this when I admit I haven't had a shower in a couple days? Probably not. I shouldn't admit that. Welcome to King of the Hammers. All right. And the next on the schedule, so next into the schedule is the next big dirt event that we will be attending is Easter Jeep Safari in Moab. Okay, Easter Jeep Safari in Moab. So that is the next big one. When is it? The week before Easter. So find Easter and it's the week before every single year. That is our next big event that we'll be at, as well as Jeep Beach. So we will be at both of those events coming up. If those are on your schedule already, amazing. Let's work together at seeing how you can participate with us, just like the girls that are here on the lake bed with us that are coming out and having a great time with our event stuff. So, on top of that, I want to talk about the Trail Ready Camp in Arizona. The first one, which is the all ladies, April 8th to 10th, the one that I always advertise is this is our ladies camp. It's pretty much full. Like, I'm pretty much going to cut it off here in a second. So if you need that date, you need to register right now. The 13th to 15th, which I mark it as a co-ed opportunity, nobody's registered for. So I'm going to be rotating that to ladies only here in a minute. Co-ed, guess you're not into it, but ladies are definitely into it. So I'm going to open that one up if it is, where you were just kind of on the edge and needing something that was more ladies only. Those dates now are going to be ladies only also. So we have two events, April 8th to 10th and the 13th to 15th, that you can be a part of the Trail Ready Camp in Arizona. It's all inclusive, remember, at $449, which is super cheap. Like, that's ridiculously cheap. And then we also have September 16th to 18th and 21 to 23 as the fall dates. So however that works out for you. All right. Wilderness First Aid is coming on April 11th and 12th. That will also be in Arizona. So if this is something that's on your list, let's keep it on your list. Let's get it on your list. And let's make sure that you get committed to that as well. 16 hours of training for you to be out in the wilderness and be helpful and successful at getting somebody evacuated correctly. And then, of course, our 10-year parties. So, we're having the first one tomorrow night. Where are y'all at? I hope that you're here. So that's the first one is tomorrow night. But our 10-year official party will be in California in Hollister Hills, June 12th to the 14th. So right now it's priced at $199. That price is going up. It went up this last month, right? And so make sure that you grab in as soon as possible before it goes up again. Absolutely no vehicle is necessary. There is all elements of camping if you want to bring a diesel pusher down to a tent or in your vehicle, or there's hotels down the road. The hotels are not they're close. You're going to see that the mileage is not far, but the mountain is challenging. Okay, so just think about that for your driving at night. So fly in. Let's do this. Every single person. 10-year party. Let's make this a big deal. Hollister Hills, California, June 12th to the 14th. And then from there, we go on our 10-year, 10-day adventure. Super stoked about this. We're going to leave Hollister. We're going to go south just a little bit. And then we're going to go all the way north. And eventually we're going to end up at the Overland Pacific Northwest Expo. And we have all kinds of stops in between. And of course, in true Charlene fashion, it's not competitive at all. there's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to have a lot of laughs. We're going to be camping 2/3 of the time. And then we're going to have some recovery nights where you get a hotel room. And food will be included. All the stuff is included in true Charlene fashion. So, we're going to wrap that up in a bow and get everybody that has ever talked about wanting to go on an adventure. This is an amazing one. This is going to be a great one. So really, you guys, that's what I have for Trail Ready Tuesday tonight. If you popped in late, I appreciate you. Very excited. Make sure that you go back to the beginning. We talked about the Trail Ready Tuesday tips for packing smart without overpacking and the 5 things that you absolutely should consider having in there, along with all of our updates for Ladies Off-Road Network in the last 30 days. It's been a wild 30 days. Let's go with that, right? Right now, we're going to pop over into Google Meet. So I will be available if you want to jump over and ask any kind of questions maybe that you don't know if you don't know. If there's something that's going on with one of the events or something that's going on with your vehicle or something that you kind of are questioning maybe about this list that I just asked, pop on over. You can grab that link. Where can you grab that link? Didn't really have that very handy, did I? So you can grab that link from here in 1 second. There we go. You can grab this link. There you go. There is the link. There we go. There's the link. So you can grab that link and join us over in Google Meets in a second. I will be there anytime in a minute as soon as I finish this up, and I'll let y'all in, and then we can chit chat for a few. I think on that note, like, I'm really, really excited about everybody that is out here playing in the dirt at King of the Hammers. It's always great to see everybody. If it's on your bucket list of things to do, participate in, let's chat. Let's get you in for next year. This is the 20th running of King of the Hammers. 21st will be next year. It'll be just as amazing, just as incredible, and just as crazy and dirty and dusty and all the words. We have a lot of opportunity for you to participate, but really, let's get you to that 10-year party at minimum. I would love it. So on that note, let's bounce on over. You should have the Google Meets link by now. We'll bounce on over to that and say our hellos, answer any questions, and then carry on with our evening. And you guys can all watch about Jessie Greenland and her exciting journey, as well as all the rest of the girls that we've already set out the last 4 weeks. All right, y'all, have a great night. I appreciate you, and we will see you in the dirt.